Today, we're going to look at some of the most shocking cases of defendants who killed, raped, and terrorized innocent victims without any regard for human life. And when they faced judgment, they had the audacity to laugh, mock, and insult their victims and their families. You won't believe how these crazy defendants acted in court. Michael Swanson. The first defendant on our list is Michael Swanson, a 17-year-old who committed a senseless and brutal double homicide in 2010. Michael had a history of mental health problems. He was also very smart, but he never used his intelligence for good. Instead, he decided to steal his mother's Jeep and credit cards and drive from Minnesota to Iowa, where he robbed 2 convenience stores and shot the clerks in the face. He killed Vicki Bowman Hall and Sheila Mayers, both mothers of 11 children. He was arrested after a high-speed chase and confessed to the crimes, but when he faced his sentencing, he showed no remorse at all. In fact, he was smiling and laughing in court, even making nasty and inappropriate remarks to the victims' families. He said he felt powerful when he killed the women and that he had no guilt or regret. The judge was disgusted by Swanson's behavior and gave him a harsh sentence. He sentenced him to life in prison without parole and said that there was no place for him in an open, law-abiding society. He also said that Michael was evil and that lecturing him would be futile. Michael's lawyer said that his client had a long history of mental health issues and that the deaths could have been prevented if he had received proper medical help. The victims' families hope that one day Michael will express genuine remorse for his actions. Randall Moore. The next defendant is Randall Moore, who kidnapped, raped, and murdered his estranged wife Therese Ann Lynch Moore in 2009. He also shot a police officer who responded to the scene. Randall had a history of domestic violence and harassment against Therese Ann, who had filed a protective order against him a month before her death. Moore was convicted of first-degree murder, kidnapping, rape, and attempted murder. At his sentencing, he also showed no regret for his actions. He blamed Therese Ann for her own death, saying that it could have been prevented if she had let him see their son. He also said that he had no remorse for killing her and that she hated him. He also threw insults at Therese Ann's mother, Sheila Lynch, who read a victim impact statement in court. He told her to read Therese Ann's journals, where she allegedly wrote that she hated her mother. He also said that Therese Ann's personal belongings should burn in hell. He also apologized to the police officer he shot, Todd Rowland, but not sincerely. He said that he could have killed him, but chose not to because he didn't pull his weapon on him. He also claimed that he had never abused any woman in his life, despite evidence to the contrary. He also said that he hoped that there would be more cases like his where people would kill their spouses over custody issues. The judge sentenced him to 3 consecutive life sentences for Therese Ann's death and 25 years for shooting the officer. Thomas Michael T.J. Lane. The third defendant is Thomas Michael T.J. Lane, who shot 6 students at Chardon High School in Ohio in 2012, killing 3 of them. Lane was a former student of Chardon who attended an alternative school nearby. Lane was arrested shortly after the shooting and confessed to the crime. He said that he didn't know why he did it and he didn't target anyone specifically. He was charged as an adult with 3 counts of aggravated murder, but Lane wasn't done with his evil deeds. At his sentencing, he wore a white t-shirt with the word killer written on it in black marker. He also made an obscene gesture to the families of the victims and delivered a brief and vulgar statement. He said, "This hand that pulled the trigger that killed your sons now masturbates to the memory. F you to all." The judge and the prosecutor were shocked by Lane's behavior and called him a coward and a monster. The families of the victims also expressed their anger and grief, calling Lane a pathetic excuse for a human being and a waste of space. They also said that they hoped he would suffer in prison for the rest of his life. So that concludes today's discussion. We hope you found it informative and thought-provoking. If you enjoyed the content, then please remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. See you next time!